You get what I'm saying? Oh, child.
Damn, C-Stars.
I know you hear me.
Disclaimer, I don't have any issue with anybody, not the girl, not the guy. In that situation, like, they're really cool people. I think more so you have to have an understanding of your situations to be like where I am today, of just not giving a fuck. You see what I'm saying? Like, hey guys, so I know by the title you're very interested in what I have to say to. Oh no. Hey guys, y'all, it is so freaking weird because I think about my intro the whole time, like before recording, when I say it. But as soon as I get on camera, it doesn't come out. Okay, so let me. Hey guys, so I know you clicked on this video because the title basically says I went to jail. Y'all trying to figure out when I went to jail, why I went to jail, why I'm not in jail. So I'm going to give y'all the details on everything that I'm going to be speaking about in the video. Bitch had a Google pocket. Oh, ice. Hell. Oh, no. I went to jail. When did I actually go to jail? And, you know, I'm just going to answer hella questions because this is actually a good topic. So, yes, I went to jail. I went to jail, but I also went to DJJ when I was in high school. So, here are the reasons, and both of the reasons involves me dealing with someone that was kind of basically toxic. Not too toxic in a way where it's just like they're out there doing them while you're all for them. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so the first time I actually went to DJJ, it was in high school. Just shortly, I was dealing with this guy, and his previous relationship was ongoing for maybe a few more years, like some years, like some fucking years. And no, okay, so to let this be known, bitch. Girl, just listen. I was dealing, to let this be known, I knew me and this guy kind of, we were around each other. Like, my grandmother stayed here and his grandmother stayed there. We kind of saw each other like off and on, but it was never like that. Like, I never looked at him and said, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna date him or some shit like that. It was never that. We actually took a class together, and then in high school, and we saw each other a lot. We was in class, so still I was never feeling like that. Never. I think this happened like over the summer of my freshman year. Started, you know, texting on Facebook or whatever, and at first it was like real cool, like, you know how we used to do back then, like the little to be honest's and little stuff like that in inbox. So I think the little conversation started from there. I think, I'm trying to make sure I don't tell a lie. See that, and I didn't document everything, so I think it became a time where we were messaging each other so often, and, you know, having a little conversation, and then it kind of got serious and we started talking or whatever. Actually, I think we rode the same bus, or it was two buses, so it was like two buses that would go in the route of our place. So it was like I could get on two buses to get to my house, and then he could get on, you know, the same thing. So I think we started riding the same bus, something like that. Started riding the same bus home. So in the meantime, we ended up getting involved. We started dating or whatever, and as he was dating me, he was also dating her. So to make it a better understanding, when I'm dealing with someone and I'm not checking for, you know, even though like now today it's better to just make sure, okay, is he fucking with somebody or is he not? Because you don't want to be put in basically what I was put into, you know what I'm saying? Start dealing with somebody and then the previous person come along, because now you may be too deep. Like, at that point, I don't think I was too deep. I was just more so hard-headed, and I was just like, I'm not finna let this take my man. You like that basically what I was on. So it was just like being hard-headed and, you know, just still dealing with somebody. So I ended up dealing with this guy for maybe 3 years. I dealt with him from like that year until like my senior year in college.
Bitch, what?
Bitch, you a senior now, the fuck? Lying on myself, child. But yeah, so I dealt with him until like my senior year in high school. Well, I ended up graduating and I was still dealing with him or whatever, but after I came out to college, I ended up, you know, stopping that. So to get to the point where I went to jail, bitch, I don't know, I think this was my junior year. It was just a, but it was just like, back then we used to have like these big ass I was involved, because I think they still do them now, but I was involved in this big ass argument on Facebook. And ooh child, me and her got into, but we was always like bickering back and forth. Like, if I can go back to our messages, y'all, we used to argue so much. I don't think I had this and that. Okay, fuck that. I can't. But we literally used to go back and forth so much, y'all. We used to send like little books, like, you know, when you arguing with some female, like, you, well, this was back then, because I don't do shit like that now, but like, you used to be sending like those big ass paragraphs and shit, child. We used to do all that type of stuff. But I think for some period of time we was like on Snap, Facebook, maybe just throwing subliminal messages, and then I'm trying to think back to what I can fucking remember. All I remember is basically we argued for a while, and she was supposed to come to school the next day. So it was supposed to be like, okay bitch, I'll see you the next day. She didn't come to school, not saying, you know what I'm saying, she didn't come to school. So you know how you used to wear like those, you know, you dress to go to school and fight, child. So I wore some of them clothes, child, ready to fight like a dumbass. And she didn't come to school, so it was just like, bitch, you walking around here looking like this all day, and the bitch ain't come to school. You see what I'm saying? So further down the line, I think she came to school like maybe, well, I don't know how that went. I think she came to school like a few days later, and y'all know how bitches be walking in. Yeah, and at this point in time, like, I don't know if it was just our school, but we used to fight early in the morning. Like, soon as at breakfast, we were fighting like, oh child. This video is gonna be a whole lot of woo child, because we used to fight early in the morning, like, wake up, wiping crust out our eyes, like, bitch, what's up? You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so apparently this day she came to school, and me and a few girls, we were eating at the I'm not sure if it was girls there before then, but I know we were, me and one of my best friends, well, me and one of my old best friends were eating at the table. So at this point it was just like, I think we were running late for class, or the bell just had, we were late because the bell rang for us to go to class, and we didn't go, we was still eating, so it was gonna be late. So once the late bell rang, she actually, this is when the halls are clear, so it's just basically like 5 or 7 of us in the hall. Well, you know, about to be in the hallway, child. So at this point, we're in the cafeteria, and she walks by. She walks by, like, going to her class. Our class this way, she going here. We're sitting like, child, by the door where she supposed to be going into. And she walks by and give like this look like, yeah, bitch, what's up? She gave me this look like, yeah, bitch, what's up? But I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, she gave me this look, and y'all, I did not even jump up. I was not even like, at that point I think I felt like, it's been a few days, bitch, you ain't pop off and say shit yet. So you know what I'm saying, like, man, fuck it. You know, after a few days, bitch, it's just like, what the fuck ever. Like, that's how I am, like, after a few days, whatever. So apparently at this moment, she walks by and she give that look, and my best friend at the time was just like, hell fuck no, y'all. By the time, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but by the time I looked up, my best friend was walking through the door. So it was like, bitch, I had to hurry up and run and catch up to her. Bitch, I knew it was my fight. Like, we know I wasn't going out there like that. But yeah, so I had to like walk behind, like, you know, I got up and went behind my best friend or whatever. So we get in the hallway, and I can't remember exactly. So I can't remember exactly how it kind of started in the hallway, but I know, like, maybe, I don't know if we had a couple of words, or was it just like head on. But I know, I remember, okay, so I remember us, like, we was walking up, and she may have turned around, and it was just like maybe silence, and we just, you know, it really wasn't a fight. It was really just us disturbing the class, because we barely touched each other. Like, I maybe hit her like 5 times. Not 5, maybe is too many. No, bitch, I don't know. I maybe hit her a few times, and then it was really someone in the middle of us blocking. Like, we couldn't actually get to each other. So after that happened, I don't know how this happened, but I know I ended up staying like down in the hall. I don't know, y'all, because all I remember right now is we ran into it, we got into it like just a little bit, but it was nothing at all. They ended up separating us, and I was further down the hall than she was. At the end, she was like, you know, running off the mountain talking shit on the way down, and I ended up trying to run behind her. And y'all know those athletes, child. I don't know who the fuck I thought I was, but I ended up like knocking one of them down. Not to try to brag or anything, whatever it is, but don't play with me, okay? But yeah, so I ended up going behind her and trying, you know, ended up knocking him down because, bitch, I was, apparently at that point, I was really angry. But I calmed down really fast because since we didn't, in my mind, since we didn't really fight, I was thinking like, okay, maybe we just gonna get a few days home and then we just going like, bitch, me going to DJJ was not in my mind, like, not at all. So we get into the office, and what is so crazy is we get into the office and the boy, he went to an alternative school, so he didn't go to the school with us. So he was coming up to that school. So that same day he was coming to the school, we got into the fight. So they put us in the office, and she was literally like in the office going crazy, like wanting to knock my ass the fuck out. But yeah, so she was doing that, and then I don't know, bitch, I don't fucking know. My mind is like an old person, like, I don't be fucking. That was like 5 years ago, yeah. So I remember us being in the office, and one of the officers came in the room that I was in, and, you know, I ended up having to call, you know, you gotta call your mama, you gotta call your grandma. Oh, that child, I was on that phone crying and shit. Good child, I did twice. Child, I know something, I think they was on the phone, child crying, trying to make me feel bad. Like, my grandma, I know y'all grandmas will make y'all feel bad. I know my grandma made me feel horrible, child. All that fucking crying. I remember them coming in there, and it was just like, to me, like, they probably just want to let us go home, but she was in there acting really crazy. So yeah, he was there. So he ended up, I don't know how this came into play, but he ended up asking him, can you speak to me? Y'all know when them toxic niggas put you in the room trying to make you feel bad. Trying to make you feel bad about a situation that they caused. Like, bitch, don't call me in this room like I'm the problem, because I'm not. Like, bitch, you caused this. Don't play with me. Don't play like I'm not like that. I'm not like that, for real. But no, for real. So I remember him calling me in the room, and when you know, when you're dating somebody, they always call you by your middle name. Like, that's just something that he does. Like, that they never can call you. Dage was not my name. Then I don't think so. Like, nobody ever called me Dage. It was always Deja, or yeah, just Deja. Like, I didn't have a nickname until I got into college. Like, I'm thinking. Yeah, I didn't have a nickname until I got into college. So we got in there, and he basically was kind of like, Dashe, why, and, you know, just over fucking doing it. So ended up giving me a hug or whatever, and then all that sap ass shit. I'm supposed to fucking go, bitch. Now this is where it's about to get good, okay? So bitch, if you done clicked off this video, y'all, they missing the fuck out. If you still here, I fuck with you. But yeah, so on the way there, I'm trying to think what officer took us. Officer Holmes, yeah. Officer Holmes took us up there. So when we got in the car, I think it was Officer Holmes. It was either Officer Holmes or Spiller. It was, I don't know, it was one of the officers, and they were hella cool, because as soon as we got in the car, like, she was in the back and I was in the front. She was in that back playing on them people's computer. Like, she was y'all badass. She was badass. She was playing on them people's fucking computer, like, opening it, and I'm looking back at her. I don't know what the fuck the officer was doing, because apparently he didn't see her playing with his computer. Y'all, before we even pulled out the motherfucking school ground, he was like, y'all gonna get this together, and before we get there, y'all gonna have an understanding. Y'all, I kid you fucking not, 5 minutes down the road, we were like done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the conversation was fucking done. Like, we had to squash 5 minutes, y'all. We was not even out of Allendale before, like, we had to squash the fucking beef. Like, bitch, so it was just like, bitch, you mean to tell me, like, we just did all this, and y'all, let me tell y'all, let me put this out here, us thinking maybe like, oh, we went to DJJ on Wednesday. So usually people go like in the middle of the week, they get home before the weekend. Nah, baby, that was not our case. But I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get to that. So we in the car, and she's basically like, he was like, we're gonna squash this before we get up there. Y'all gonna, you know, have this shit together. So On the way there, you know, she was asking me questions, and we were just basically talking, and we basically came to the understanding in 5 minutes, like, niggas ain't shit. What am I thinking? Okay, so really, y'all, the conversation was done. So we basically squashed the beef. So I remember us, you know, we was just on the way there. I think we was laughing and we was joking and playing like the fucking best of friends. Like, honestly, on the way there, we ended up getting there and we seen somebody from back home when we was in there. But when we was actually pulling up, the girls and the boys are there. So I don't know if it's still like that today, but that's how it was. Well, I know she basically initiated that we came in here together. So if anybody try us, you know, if we be from the same town, I know we fought each other, but you know, we gotta protect each other in here, basically, which was good. I think that was that. Like, the guards was hella cool. Like, we ain't had nobody that was like, you know, too shitty. Like, the females were hella cool. I know we ended up swearing in, like, not swearing in, but we ended up promising one of these ladies that we would never come back there. We would never get back in trouble, that type of trouble. We both lied because I ended up going to jail my freshman year. I'm going to get into that part. But, yeah, that's that. The more is going to be for the same fucking bitch. Don't let these niggas trick y'all to thinking like y'all got beef and really they the motherfucking problem. Because it's not that. You're not the fucking problem. They are. Remember that. Okay, on the way back, y'all, I don't know if we had it good, or I don't know if we kind of had it good, or if we ended up having to stay 5 days. I don't know if I finished that off, but we went on a Wednesday thinking that we would go home on Friday, but we ended up not going to be able to go home until fucking Monday. So we ended up staying the whole fucking weekend there. Never. Yeah. On the way back, I remember, I don't remember the officer, but he was a new officer at the school, but he ended up stopping us. I think he was a new officer. He ended up stopping us at Wendy's, and imagine being in there all that time with that nasty ass fucking food. Like, you'll be excited for Wendy's too. But yeah, so we ended up stopping at Wendy's on the way back. We were cool, like, now, just because we were cool when we got back. I think we still had a little issue, but it was never like that big of us arguing on Facebook and wanting to fight again. I don't think so. I think it was never that deep because it was just like the beef with me. I'm just thinking like, this may have not how, you know, went how it went, you know, how I'm saying it went. But I'm thinking like we still had like a little issue towards each other, but it was never that deep. Like, bitch, I'm, you know, like never that deep where it's just like, bitch, I'll go back to jail, you know, with you or some type of shit like that. Because it's just like, the one before, like, bitch, it took us 5 minutes to resolve the issue. So yeah, I'm not going back. The college portion.